We just topped off the truck. We took it to 100% charge. We have a long stretch to go, one of the longest I've done so far. I have an emergency backup. I hope I don't have to use it. We got about 107 miles to go. I'm in Green River, Utah, and I need to make it to Salina, Utah. And there is absolutely nothing from here to there as far as a gas station, RV park, no place to charge. So I have found that my speed on the interstates predicts how far I can go. The slower I go, the farther I can go. Same type of thing that you would expect with a gas or a diesel truck, but when you're limited to chargers that aren't everywhere and take a while to charge, you got to kind of plan the best you can. But I'll show you where we're at. Here's our charger here. This is a pretty cool spot. It's a coffee shop that is in Green River that has these Electrify Americas. Well, when you have an EV, worst case scenario is running out of juice. So I thought about that, pulling this trailer, getting 80 miles per charge average. You got to plan for it, do the best you can. So I'm about 30 miles from my charger. That's Salina, Utah. And I'm sitting at a rest stop, Ivy Creek Rest Stop, I believe is the name. And this was all kind of part of my plan. Let me show you what we got going on here. So I got the Honda generator out. It's a 2200 watt generator, so it's not a lot, and it's charging really slow. So we'll see what we get. I already had this. It actually goes in the back of my camper in one of these boxes here. I got 3 gallons of gas here. I got a gallon of gas in the generator right now, so that's a total of 4 gallons charging off of my generator. I was able to get 7 miles of range per 4 hours of running. We'll jump in here. So yeah, so 4 hours, basically a gallon of gas. You fill up the generator, fire it up, let it run until it dies. That's 4 hours. And when I tested it, I got 7 miles of range added. I'm going to be here for a little while. We're going to run this stuff. Again, I kind of planned for this. I mean, I saw the stretch. I knew I couldn't make it. I was hoping, but I had a pretty bad headwind coming that did not help. And I've done this stretch before in a gas car, but you never think of it. There's some steep inclines of little passes that you're going up, traveling through the mountains. But if I was going this way, I think it would have been a lot better. I still couldn't have made it, but I wouldn't have gotten drained so bad. But coming this way, those hills were steep. But here's the 2 miles of range left and 3%. And I got 2 kilowatts of juice coming in right now, and I'm gonna take it up to 70 is my charge limit. I'm definitely not charging it to 70. I just need to charge it enough to get to the fast charger. I'm gonna kind of run this first tank and see what I get. I mean, that'll be 4 hours, so it's 7 minutes till 4 o'clock, so about 8 o'clock tonight. So I'm probably going to be crashing here tonight. I was hoping to be at the Love's truck stop is where that fast charger is. I was hoping to be staying there the night, but I got food. I got the heater going in the camper right now, warming that thing up. I'm definitely not going to be hanging out in the truck tonight. Usually it's nice to hang out in here because when you're charging, you've been driving in it, so it's warm and everything's been warm for a while. The camper's ice cold right now, but that propane heater will get it going here pretty soon. All right, well, we'll check back in a little bit and see what we get. All right, well, I just heard the generator die, so it just ran out of fuel. It is 7:24 in the morning the next day, so I started that thing just before 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. It's been running non-stop. I've been filling it up with gas as it's running, so it just burned through 4 gallons total. Let's go see what the truck says it has. Oh, well, look at that. That's nice to wake up to. I guess if you're going to spend 16 hours at a rest stop with a charger. So here's my setup. I have the charger or the gen sitting there all night. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. All right, well, here's the truck. So charging 28 miles, 10%. So it's pretty close to what I thought it was going to be, which unfortunately I don't think is going to be enough to get me to Salina. I think the last time I saw it was that, and I don't know either if that truck is saying what it's going to get without a trailer or with a trailer. I have a feeling it's without. So this is the first time this has ever happened to me. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. I was hoping it wouldn't be in a snowy, windy place in Utah. Actually, I don't care where it was. I just didn't want it to be snowy and cold. But yeah, you know, worst case scenario usually doesn't happen on your time. So we're gonna put this gen away, hook this thing up, kind of see what the truck says, and then make a decision on what we're able to do. Okay, well, we'll get a little recap going on here. So as I stated earlier, I didn't charge up enough to make it to Salina. So the thought I had was to leave the trailer at the rest stop. I definitely did not want to do that, but maybe I'd have enough juice to make it from the rest area to Salina, charge there. Then I should have enough with a full charge, or at least probably 80%, to come back 30 miles, grab the trailer, go back to Salina, top off again, and then head off. So I tossed around that idea this morning. You know, it's either that or tow. You know, get a tow truck to come, which that'll work. That kind of seems like the you know, the last thing I want to do, because I'm a resourceful person. I'll figure out something. I mean, I got this generator, I got gasoline, I planned for all this. It didn't work. I was a little too far out. So this morning I ditched the trailer at the rest stop and started heading. The truck said I had 28 miles, and it's about 28, 30, right around there. I left this morning, started heading to Salina with just the truck, left the trailer, and I got 2 miles up the road and my mileage dropped down to 18%, or 18 miles, from 28 miles to 18. So at that point I knew I wouldn't even make it. And you know, then now I got a truck stranded on the side of I-70, a trailer stuck at a rest stop. That sounded not the way to do it. So I turned around, came back, sitting here waiting, you know, figuring it out. So what I did was I made a phone call, and I got a tow truck company coming to pick me up. They got a roll-off, I believe is the name. So The truck will go on that. They can pull my trailer, take me to Salina, get juiced up, and continue. I knew this was going to happen at various stages throughout this journey. I mean, there's going to be more times this will happen. I know there is. The network isn't set up, but yeah, I was kind of hoping to be farther along in my journey before I experienced this much of it. But you know, I'm gonna go through it all. I'll figure it out. We'll keep rolling. But you know, a lot of this whole idea of doing this, none of this is not thought of. I thought of all of this before I even bought the Rivian, to see if this would be suitable for doing this. And you know, the way the charging systems are set up right now, the grid system of that is there are a lot of places that are less than 80 miles, you know, every 30 miles, 50 miles, no problem. But you know, this stretch in particular is a long one. So I know the system's going to get better, and you know, those chargers will pop up more. So this will be less of a thing. But you know, first full year of an electric truck, and the capability of pulling a trailer, you know, is this year. So it'll just get better. But here we are right now. But I thought I'd take a sit here and chat, but also I'll give you a little rundown of the stop here. So it's got a little bench here, chilling, and then we'll go up this way. I got the Rivian and the trailer parked over here. Looks so lonely. There was like I think the semis were full. This whole spot where I'm parked was full last night. I mean, they were coming and going, but a few of them stayed the majority of the whole night. But I'll give you this little rest area briefing. There's a cool little table up here I wanted to show. If you're ever in this area, Utah's got some sweet stuff to do. But here I'll flip this guy around. So this is the rest area that we're at. And you know, here's where we are. Right here. This is where I'm trying to get to. All kinds of fun stuff to do. If it wasn't cold, I would venture out and try to see what this stuff is, and what I'll have to come back when it's warm. It's too cold. Last time I looked at the truck, it was 21 degrees, and yeah, that's too cold. My hands are frozen just holding the camera. But we'll be back. We'll be back in the summer. Check some of the fun stuff out. But that's where we're at. We're just hanging out, waiting for the tow truck guy. He should be here probably in about half an hour.